Welcome to Tarot Tuesday for the week of November 4th. This is for Cancer. Cancer, we have a relatively active week with all the planets. The inner planets are the ones that I'm going to focus on because they're the ones that affect us the most. Starting with today, we have our Mars moving into Sagittarius. It is a fellow fire sign for Mars, so it feels comfortable there. Just know that Sagittarius leads to a bit more cunning action versus bold, blunt actions that you would get in, say, Aries or Leo. And then we have our full moon in Taurus, beaver moon. So this last bit of the last leaf of the fall needs to fall and lead us into winter time. So whatever that last leaf is for you, just feel into that. We also have the next day Venus moving from Libra into Scorpio, where Libra is one of its planets. Scorpio most definitely is not. But so it's inspiring us to be more either direct with our communications, but there's also a lot of secretive energy with Scorpio. And so what are you keeping private? Know that you might be feeling that secretive nature within your relationships around you, and probably you too. So that's just the energy of that, which is going to be amplified with our last Mercury retrograde of the year happening on the 9th. So towards the end of this week, we are going to be fully in Mercury retrograde mode. All of the rules of that apply. So technology, communication, transportation hiccups. Yeah? All right. So I'm using the rose deck, obviously, mostly because these are the decks that I brought with me for this trip. And we're going to do a spread that is your rose, bud, thorn, and seed. So let's see. What is that for you? So your rose, the Holy Grail, stop the endless searching inner quest. So Cancer, literally stop putting focus on things external to you. Yes, of course, there's all kinds of things. The world is a big, distracting place, but the inner work is where your highest work is. Once you are fully healing yourself, the world outside you reflects your healing. So if the world is being distractive to you, that means that you are being distracted from yourself. If you are putting too much focus on another person, you are not putting focus on yourself. And your inner quest is going to look like whatever it looks like to you, but you have to prioritize your highest growth in this lifetime. The bud, so what's growing? After the rain, silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, acceptance. So Cancer, is what you're running from the storm? Because once you accept and even just acknowledge the storm, you get after the rain. Because yeah, your bud is that moment after the rain. It's, at least in the desert here and most other places too, the air is cleaner. The rain literally purifies the air, so it's the cleanest air you're ever going to breathe after the storm has passed. You can see all of, say, the lichen or just the desert plants vibrating because they've been waiting for this rain to come. And so Cancer, regardless of the inner storms in you, know that once this has passed, you're going to feel so clear. You're going to feel clearer than you ever have. Yeah? Because the thorn, what's plugging this up? Sub rosa. Hidden in plain sight. Mysteries, learning, and teachings. No shit. No shit. So Cancer, if you stop focusing on all of the distractions outside of yourself, I'd even say Cancer, if you can practice turning everything off in your house for like 5 minutes, or even, ideally it would be going out to a park or the beach or like on a hike somewhere, turning off your phone turning off all outside distractions for even just 5 minutes a day to listen to what your inner guidance has to say, then you're going to realize, wow, the answer I was seeking was right in front of me this whole time, but I was too distracted. There was this book that I liked when I was a kid. It was a Sesame Street book, and I think it was Grover, and it was called The Monster at the end of this book. And you and Grover are building this anxiety, and he's building stronger walls to try to get you from turning the page. And then it finally gets to the end, and he's like, well, fine, just like, let's just go meet this monster. And he turned the page, and it's like, oh, it was just me. Yeah, that's you. That book is you. You know what? If you could find that book, that's what it is. That's literally your thorn, is just being afraid of something. And that's what fear is. It's literally just fear of the unknown. Not knowing is the fear, but sometimes you have to just face those unknowns. And, if you don't put a lot of prep, like building up this panic in your brain, the unknowns aren't that scary when they come. Yeah, because the seed, what grows up out of this sacred union, beloved within, inner and outer relationships. So, it's some corny old guidance, but it's the loving yourself first before you can find that outer partner. And like, it's saying that if you can feel complete and whole on your own, then you're going to attract somebody who equally is complete and whole on their own, and somebody that can complement you. I think I was talking to Gemini about that, where we all have feminine masculine balance within us. So when we are balanced, our yin yang of balance between feminine and masculine, then that other balance can find us. Like, if you actually look at a yin yang, yin is feminine, yang is masculine, and those little dots are each other within each other. So if you can figure out how much you need to balance that with, that is how you find your match. So this whole thing is saying, fall in love with yourself. Don't be afraid of the monster at the end of the book, which is just you. Then, like, all of the things outside of you are going to start to reflect the beauty within you. Yeah. All right, well, that's what I have for you, Cancer. Happy full moon in Taurus. It looks like it's going to lead you to some openings. And I'll see you next week. Bye.